SQL stands for, okay, what does SQL stand for? Structured query language, right? That's correct. So SQL is a structured query language, right? And it is used for manipulation of data. SQL is a structured query language that is used for manipulation of data. Manipulation, we collect data, we store them in a table, and kind of like define what the table is. The table is what we use for storing of data. It has rows and it has columns. And every table has a title. You can call the table computer training, right? And every column, like I said, stores different data. So one column can be the name, and that column can be the gender, that's male or female, and that column can be time of attendance, that's the time you are still for this training, and that column can be your phone number, and then we have subsequent columns like that, as much as we want to store in that table. But for us to store those data in that table, we need a database. We need a database. So a database is like, let's use this building. Let's assume this building is a database. And each classroom is a table. So this room, this table can be the ICT room. And the next room can be another room for lecture hall. You get that? Then below we can have a lunch room. And we can store different data in each room. So, to store data in this room now, we know we have computers. We know that, okay, we have computers in one column, and we also have desks. And in the lunch room, we can't expect to see computers, can we? Can we see computers in the lunch room? So every table is unique according to the data they want to store in the table. At the end of the day, every table needs a database. A database is a central warehouse where we can store every data we need according to the categories in each table. So I'm going to look at the history and importance of SQL data management. So, it was developed in 1970s by IBM. Have you heard of IBM before? IBM is a technology company, right? I was established there. And it was established because it was easy to read and understand and interpret this data that we need to store. So they come up with different solutions. Things like that. So we have different platforms, different tools we can use to store this data. Right? And we can see on the slide that we have MySQL, we also have Postgres, we have Microsoft SQL Server, and we also have Oracle. But for the purpose of this training, we'll be using Microsoft SQL Server. You get that right? So, when we talk about SQL, where is it used? Let me give an example. Let's say, many of us, we have OP accounts, right? OP, different bank accounts, right? So, your OP account, They have like a table, they have a database where they store your information of all their customers. And every customer will have an account number, they will have like their balance, the money in their accounts, right? They can also have your house address, because when they do KYC, that know your customer, they take this information and they store them in their table. Let's say that table is customer table, and they have a central database that houses different data that they need from every customer. And it is needed when you as a customer want to access OPay platform. So just like we did yesterday, when you create your OPay account, you put in your different information. It takes your first name, it takes your last name, and it also generates an account number for you using your phone number. Am I correct? Then, after generating that, you can start sending money into your account. But all this information that you provided to OPay or any bank at all as you are opening your account, it is stored somewhere. And that's where SQL comes in. That's where SQL comes in. So depending on the platform that OPay chooses to use, that's where they will store your data. So I'm going to give you an insight into how this is done. Next slide, please. So we're going to look at basic operations you are going to be performing using SQL. So when you store this data, let's say we store the information of almost everybody here that come for this training, we can get information from the table. We can get information from a table called computer training. So we can get, okay, the total number of people that came in before 12 p.m. We can get the total number of people that are putting on white shirts. We can get the total number of people that are not putting on white shirts. So depending on what function we want to execute, we can do all of those using SQL. So on the projector you can see we have select, and that's to retrieve data like I explained just now. Then we also have where clause, where that gives a condition. So we want to get the total number of people putting on white and blue shirts. So that's a condition. Depending on the condition you want, you can retrieve such information from any table in the database. Then we can also join and combine different tables. So let's say everybody here belongs to different zones, right? Am I correct? Zone 1 to zone, is it 7 or 8? Okay. So let's say on the table we have two different, on the database we have two different tables. One is for computer training and another one is for zone. So the zone we have a unique identifier. Remember yesterday we talked about IP address, and we were meant to understand that every IP address is unique. Am I correct? Yes. So it's the same thing for the zone. If somebody in zone 1 cannot be in zone 2. Does that make sense? That's because zone 1 is unique, and everybody who registered to be in zone 1 cannot be found in zone 2. So we have a separate table that stores the different zone. Then on another table we can have the computer training table where we get the information on everybody in general, and then we have their zone assigned to them. You will get to see it in action when we get there. It might not make sense now, but let's get there generally. So we can perform different functions when we use SQL. We are familiar with sum, right? That's addition. 1 plus 1 is equals to 2. Then you can also count. Instead of counting manually like we did, everybody's on 1 stand up, they will make a head count. We can count automatically using function, that's this count function. And to do that, you just write count, then opening and closing brackets. Then AVG here stands for average. We can get the average number of people that came for the 2 days training. And the average is just the total number of everybody divided by what? By the number of... Okay. By the number of zones. the number of zones. Okay, that will work. Right? So we can get the average number of people that come. We can also get the maximum number of people that came per zone. So that way we can say, hey, zone 1 had the highest number of people in attendance. Zones followed by zone 3, followed by zone 4. Right? And we can also get the minimum number of people that came for this training, for this program. So these are just basic function basic function that we can do with SQL. Next slide. Primary and foreign keys. Let me just try to explain this. You might not be going in depth. So primary and foreign keys, like I said, the ID is the unique identifier, right? It's what identifies you uniquely. So for your own pay, your account number is your unique identifier. That's your primary key, right? Then the zone number, that's zone 1, zone 2. That's another unique identifier. So that's the primary key. So let's assume that a customer comes to make order from Jumia or any store, WhatsApp, vendor, and the rest. From the order, you can be able to tell that this customer has this so number of items that they want to purchase from us. So the customer will have their own unique identifier that they can use to get those information. And also the order is going to carry the ID of that customer. So that when you want to process all the order and send it via dispatch to you, right? They can now pick up the customer that is tied to that order and send it to them respectively. Next slide. And we have relationships in database. When you create table in your database, you can either create a singular table, but it's not advisable to do that. You have to create a kind of like relationship between one table to another table. So let's say each and every one of us, when we give birth to us, we have a birth certificate, right? We have a birth certificate. So that birth certificate is unique to you. You are the only one that can have a unique relationship, a one-to-one relationship with that birth certificate. Somebody bearing birth cannot have his birth certificate as your, for example. There will be a mismatch. So my birth certificate should carry my name and should be unique to just me alone. I don't know if that makes sense to anybody. Alright, so for one-to-many relationship, you can have a customer that will make an order, right? There will be many orders and then there will be a couple of items. There will be a couple of items that will be shipped to that one order. So I can go to Jumia and say, hey, I need this pressing iron, I need this washing machine, and different items. So every item on that list will be tied to just one order. That's one-to-many relationship. And let me try to explain it this way. In this hall or in this room, it is just one room, right? But it is serving many participants. That's a one-to-many relationships. So we have many people here who are making use of one classroom, one-to-many relationship. Next. And we have many-to-many relationship. In the university, in school, you can have many students offering or picking up many courses, many subjects. So we have 5 students in science class, and in science class, they are doing physics, chemistry, biology, and different science courses. Many students doing many courses. So that's a many-to-many relationship in a nutshell. Next slide. We are going to look at an overview of SQL. Since it's Microsoft SQL Server we'll be using for this session. Next slide, please. Next slide. So, like I said, for the course of this training, we'll be making use of Microsoft SQL Server. That's the application that is installed on the computer that is in front of you. Microsoft SQL Server, and this is how it looks, right? So I want everybody to put on their laptop. It's already on, so just go to the desktop. If the SQL Server is not open already, just go to your desktop and click on SSMS. Are we on the same page? Okay. Okay. Everybody, I think information just got to me that we minimized the software before, right? So please, let's try to bring it back up. So to bring it back up, at the bottom of your screen, you will see a yellow icon. A yellow icon after the browser, the Chrome browser. Click on that yellow icon. Have we done that? Who's happy people are doing that? When you click on it, it will take you to a new page. That's Visual Studio. Who is having difficulty bringing their stuff? If yours is not up, please indicate by raising up your hands and somebody will come and assist you.
That's it. This. Double click. Who doesn't use it? No.
Right, is anybody still having difficulty? Once it's opened, you will see a blue screen and a white screen. A white screen by the left and a blue screen by the right. But if yours is not showing a blue screen by the right and a white screen by the left, it should be showing you an SQL Server icon that is telling you to connect at the bottom. Are you seeing that? If it's showing you to connect, click connect. Right, so let's continue. This database, this place here has under this database, it is plus, it is change minus.
How you do that? database? Because I think that Facebook account you always go back to.
The one we did have you sent it? Siga me some. You sent her number to me. If I don't see what that
So I believe every one of us has created our database, right? Right, so let's proceed. This class we want to store the information of everybody in this training on our database. And remember, like I told you, a database is a warehouse for storing what? Data. And those data have to be stored in different tables. So we are going to be creating two tables. The first table is going to be called a zone table. That table is going to store the name of the zone and the number of the zone. So for zone 1, we'll store the data there. That's for zone 1, then give it a name. And then the other table we are going to store our data is going to be called computer training. And what you see here, let me explain. For zone table, the command is saying create table. And what is next to it? Zone. That's the name of the table. So it's simply saying, it's making a statement. Create table called zone. And then you have open brackets, and then you have a closing bracket on line 4. If you can't, to get here, before we get here, click on new query. New query is, let me show you where it is. You can't see it. New query is here. Can you see this? So click on new query. Click on new query. That's the button there. At the top left, under tools. Your screen should change to white color from blue. Have you done that? New query. Click on new query. Look at the projector if you can't find your query. It is under tools. After your file, edit, view, query, project, you see new query. It's on top of execute. Click new query. Have we all done that? Yes. Alright, so let's proceed. So like I said, we want to create two tables. And every table is going to have a column. And each column simply just stores information. It stores data, rather. It's when we want to make use of it, it becomes information because it is in its raw form now. Right? So, what do we want to store? We want to store the ID of each zone. So zone 1's ID is 1. Zone 2's ID is what? 2. Until we get to zone 8. Right? Then each zone should have a name. But let me explain what this ID, INT means. So you give the name of the column, that's the first value you see there, ID. And then the next value, INT. What does INT mean? Integer, that's correct. Integer, that's what INT means. So it's simply the type of data you want to store in the column. That is an integer value you want to store in that column. And then identity. Identity is line numbers. You say what? There's no line number. There's line number, you are not seeing it. Hold on. See the general here. The general is in this environment, text editor, and all languages. So the general. So yeah, is the general under all languages. That's the one you click. Have you clicked on it? So you will see line number by the right. So click on line number to enable it. Have you done that? Now click OK. So on your click OK. No, you don't click line number. When you click OK, you should see number 1. Can you see number 1 on your screen? Yes. That will help you easily track which line you are when you are writing a statement. Or in this case, in programming terms, when you are writing a query. So let's go back to our presentation. So to create a table called computer training, just like we did for zone table, we are going to do the same thing here. So we have different columns. You can see this one have more details than zone table. Is that correct? You can see more details on computer training table than zone table. Zone table just have 2 properties. That's the ID and the name column. But in computer training, we can see ID. What other property can we see? Phone number, zone ID, church of worship state, and foreign key. Right? So the ID, like I explained, is a unique identifier of the table. Then the first name is your first name, Abi. Then the last name is your last name. That's your surname. Right? Then phone number. Everybody have their own phone number. And then we have your email address. The zone ID. The zone ID that you belong to. So let's say you belong to zone 2. So your zone ID should be what? 2. Then church of worship state. Let's say you worship in Lagos or Ogun State. You come for this program, but you are worshiping in a church in a different state. That's what that column is going to take. That's the data it will take. Then the foreign key. That one is just to create a relationship between the zone table and the computer training table. So I want all of us to do this now. We are going to type exactly what you see on the slide. We are going to type it on SSMS. That's your Microsoft SQL Server. So on that query page, type create space table space zone. Table, exactly what you see on. So open the bracket, then press enter. Then hold on. On your keyboard, you will see tab by the left. There's a tab button. So press tab once to go to indent inside. Then continue typing. Exact what is on the page.
After opening bracket, say oh, you spread that out.
Yes.
I've not pressed.
Alright, so like I said, after writing create space table space zone, you put your opening bracket, then you press enter to go to the next line. Then before you start typing on line 2, press your tab button on your keyboard. Your tab button is by the left of your keyboard. You see tab and caps lock. Press tab, then continue typing. Make sure the name of the table is capital letter. The first letter should be capital. Don't use small letter to create your table names.
No, just say this is everything.
Let me see. Then after that, you press enter. After tapping. No, it should go need to. We are press enter. After pressing, press enter. Then to start. Then I
We're making progress.
Hello, is that it? Is this the last one? Or dash? Line 4.
Line 4 is close bracket and semicolon. Yes.
There's nothing there.
It's a closed bracket and semicolon. This is a screen. It's a screen. Don't worry about that. Yes, it's a closed bracket and a semicolon. Your closed bracket is 0, so both shift and press 0.
Sir.
So, alright, Tosi is asking a question. On line 2, if you notice, when you are typing the query out, some of them are in blue color. That's right? So, all those ones are on blue color, they are keywords. And what are keywords? Keywords are specific function that the program recognizes. So if we have a keyword called create, and you try to create a table called create, it will show an error. So keywords are recognized by blue color. Do you understand? The create table, when you type create table, the color comes out as blue. Then the zone comes out as what? But zone is not a keyboard, right? Anyone that comes out as blue, most of the time, they are keyboards that are recognized by SQL, that's the software. If you look at line 2, ID is what color? Black. But INT is a data type. It's a type of data. So when we say data type, we have numbers. Everybody sees let's be numbers. We need assistance. Raise up your hand. Somebody will come and assist with this. Okay? Hold on. Please say something. So everybody, please pay attention. Pay attention to this. It's important, right? So like I was saying, the ID is on black color or gray, dark gray, but let's just say black. But the INT is a data type. Data type are basically the type of data that we want to store. So if it's either going to be an integer, we know everything starts from A to Z, right? So that's like alphabet, but we can't say data type alphabet here. What we have is VARCHA arrow. That represents alphabet. But if it's number we want to store in the column, what you will get is INT. That's integer from 0 to 9. Does that make sense? Am I communicating it? Then, not null. Not null. What does that mean? It means we cannot take empty values. We must pass information in that column. So let's say we're asking for your name and you refuse to provide a name. When we want to save this data, it will not save until you provide the name. It is a condition when we are creating our column. Then the next one, unique. I believe you already know what unique means. Hello? I believe you already know what unique means. Something unique, that means it's only one at a time, not that person can use it. So every name on line 3, every zone name on line 3 must be unique. Zone 3 cannot use, let's say, West Zone, for example. East Zone, for example. And then Zone 4 we use West East Zone as well. Every name must be different. For clarity, what we are doing is we are just creating tables. We are not storing data into the tables yet. We will get to that next. making progress? If you need assistance, signify by raising up your hands. Make sure you type exactly what is on the slide. Put capital letter where you need to put capital letter and put small letter where you need to put small letter.
Yes.
Right. While we are typing this out, let me explain each of the values you see here. So like I explained for ID, identity, it's simply to give you a unique identification number that increases by 1. So if the first record we have in our database is 1, then the next one is going to be 2, 3, until we get to the last zone ID. Right? And then primary key simply just says this is the primary key of this table. So that if any other person wants to make a relationship with this table, then they can make reference to it based on that primary key. And for the next one, name. I believe everybody's name is from A to Z here, right? Am I correct? A to Z now. A to Z, that's our name, right? So then VACA is the data type. The type of data we want to use to store the name. And VACA is simply just alphabet. It takes A to Z. But we can't say the data type is going to be alphabet because of this software. After the VACA, we have an open bracket that says 255. What does that 255 mean? It means the maximum length should be 265. If I should reduce it now to like 25, and you try to store the name of a zone that is more than 25, it will show an error that it can't store. That the maximum length of the name is 25. Please input a name that is less than or equal to 25. So I made it 255 so you can take as much name. The length of the name of the zone should fit into the 255 character limit. That's what that 255 means. Am I making sense? Then not null, like I said. You cannot pass an empty name of a zone. Every zone should have a name. Every zone should have a name. Yes. Every zone should have a name. That's what that not null means. And the unique means every zone's name should be unique. Zone 5 zone name cannot be the same name with zone 2 name. Then for the next one, the line 7, I've explained that is the same thing with line 2. Then line 8, VACA is the same thing with line 3. Which other one again? So for line 13, Church of Worship State, VACA 30. That means the state name should not be more than 30 characters. I don't believe we have any state in Nigeria that the name is up to 30 words. Do we have any state like that? Do we? Who said yes?
You just wait 30 Press.
Done, please raise your hands. Who is done? Wow. Wow. Our future tech bros and tech sis. Congratulations. Remember, type exactly what you see on the slide. Type exactly what you see on the slide. If you are done and it is showing red lines or red color, raise your hand so somebody will come and attend to you.
Anytime you see a capital letter, a small letter, because I'm seeing something that is very common in most people. A lot of people are writing computer, just capital letter, they are putting space and training. Like that, you see red line, and anytime you see a red line, something is wrong. So please just write it exactly the way you see them, because these are syntaxes, and most times when you get them wrong, you throw errors. So if you say capital letter, please use capital letter. If you see small, use small. Please, do you understand? If you have issues, just raise your hand.
Remember, if you are done, but yours is showing red lines, raise your hand.
Oh, what the fuck? Are you Sa.
Which one? It's you now. You didn't type it finish. You did not type it finish. Look at here. There is a primary key.
No, I know.
Have you seen it? You have completed this statement.
Say the better.
It's a lie. You don't need to be present cast of every time. These are like these sheets. Just if you want that letter, I want to just press this. Press it. You have not finished the null this thing. No. Okay, you haven't. Just put it back here. You have not finished it. Continue null, not null and this thing. Just put this one down. Alright. No, NU double player. No. Come on, this is red J. This one is not correct. Look at it. Yes. Yeah, present. Present. Just shift. No, this is not zero. One good one. Shift and zero.
Shut up. What is that? What is the matter? What is the matter? I don't call you, sir. What? You have issue. You have issue.
You want to buy 10 food, don't go for one lady. I for one lady, don't. Ah, oh, no, not tell me. No, not tell me. Ah, please. I have you.
Wait, I want to wind up. Take it to It's an app. If you not pay to get this
So let's continue. Let's continue. So after typing out these queries, what we do next is to run the query. We have to run the query, or in other words, we have to execute the query. So how do we execute the query now? Let me switch back to my SQL. So to execute the query, some of you are not done. All right. So, alright, so let's continue. Everybody please go back to your seats. Let's continue. We don't have much time. Please, let's continue. So to run this query, after typing out everything, we have to execute. So we can choose to do it two ways. Is either we highlight everything and then we click execute. So execute is going to be at the top here. I don't write any query, but just believe that it's going to work. So click execute. If you've not clicked execute before, click execute. But if you've already clicked execute, don't click it again, please. Okay? So click execute. Execute button is at the top. It has, I've already pointed my arrow at execute button. Have we done that? Click execute. Only click on it once, so don't click it 2 times. Once is enough. Have we done that? When you click on it, there will be something at the bottom that has a message that says command. Congratulations. You just created your first table on SQL Server. Alright, so now we have an empty table. One house, please. Everybody, please. One house, please. So we have an empty table, right? But it doesn't make sense for us to have an empty table and then there's no record or data in the table. So we have to put data in the table. So how are we going to do that? I'll show you the next slide. So this is the query that we need to put data in the table. So we have to insert. It's a command. We have to insert data into the table. So for line 1, you say insert into a table. What's the name of the table? Zone table. And what are we inserting? It's just the name. This is a demo, a template. I don't know the name of your zone, right? But just for the course of this training, let's assume that okay, we have North Zone, South Zone, East Zone, West Zone, and Central Zone. And to insert into computer training table, remember I told you that for the course of this program, we will call our table computer training and so for the course of this program, we call our table computer. Hello. We call our table computer training. So we're going to insert data into our computer training. And what are we inserting? Remember we created, if you look on your SSMS now, that's Microsoft SQL Server, you will see these columns. There's first name, there's last name, there's phone number, email, zone ID, and church of worship state. So we have to create these records now. And so to create these records, click on new query again. Click on new query. Have you done that? So to open another editor for you to write your queries. So now, on the zone, do we have, does each zone have a unique name? Does it have a name? Okay, because now they are called heritage zone. Okay, well, if that's the case, right? I believe we know the right spelling for these songs, right? Okay, there's not much time. So let's do like this. Let me ask you that is the name of the song. right? So we use these values to store data into the zone table. Then for the computer training, you can replace John Doe with your name. So you put, let's say my name is Kenneth, my first name. Alright, so let's see. Remember, we are inserting into computer training table. That's for every one of us here. Right? So we are taking our first name. My name is Kenneth. This is my first name. I replace John with Kenneth. Then my last name, Okoro instead of Doe. And here will be my phone number. And John Doe at example.com is my email address. So I will change it to my real email address. Right? Then the zone ID will be your zone. Your zone you belong to. That's the ID that will be there. So if you're in zone 1, you write 1. Then Church of Worship State. I came all the way from Lagos, so my Church of Worship is at Lagos. So if you came from Ogun, you put Ogun State. If you came from Delta and all other states, you put Delta. Right? So let's start with from line 1 to line 8. Let's insert into zone table. So type exactly what you see here in that new query window. When you are done, please let me know. Type exactly what you see from line 1 to line 7. Okay? And once you are done, let me know. If you are having on line 1 to line 7, it shows exactly what you are seeing. Line 1 and 2 will show you blue. And line 3 to 7 will be red. Right? Red because we are inserting these values. Red is for string. String is in alphabet A, Z. I said string, S-T-R-I. On the other side.
If you venture to
You said you didn't want to eat after then finish number 9. You said you should eat. It's been around that John to the phone number. Exactly. No, not exactly.
you can do your own.
Orí ó lè dàrú ẹ̀ẹ́dẹ̀ bó ṣe wù.
Everywhere ready. Follow on. Follow on. Everything, you write everything.
No, like 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
12, 13, 14, 15. Put your own names now. They said John Joe, you put.
Put your own name. That's
You know now, you say, will it be John Doe, John Doe?
just fill in your own
Like
data.
put different names now, put different names and phone
Create
number.
those names for them, with the email for them, phone number. Yes, it's possible.
Everything. What? And somebody write it down, you must start putting. Alright, are we making progress? Are we making progress? Who's having difficulty? Come on. I got to report that for some of you, even if you typed out the correct query, you still giving out red lines. So this is what you do. Let me show you, pay attention. You go to edit here, and after edit, you go to intelligence. This last one here. Are you seeing it? Pay attention, please. Pay attention. Click edit. Go to intelligence. That's intelligent. But this one now is a sense that like a tech word for intelligence. Right? So after intelligence, you go to the functions you see here. Click on refresh local patch. Click on refresh local patch. Do you still see the red lines? If you are still seeing the red lines, then it means your query is not correct. After doing this and you still see the red lines, it means your query is not correct. Yeah. So if you are done with the first one, that's from line 1 to 7, continue with line 9 to line 15. But from line 11, please pay attention. For line 11, make sure the first name, John, is your name. Replace it with your name. Doe is your last name. That's your parent's name, right? Then the phone number is your actual phone number. It's just for test purpose.
Why is your face holding?
Okay, if you are scared of giving out your number, put out a fake number, but make sure it's 11 digits. Then the email address.
Let them swear.
Put your email address. Nobody will do anything to you. And it's just email address. Then put your correct zone number. Okay? Then the state of church worship, that's the state where you go to church, where you worship. Put it there. Lagos and the rest. But for this remaining 4, I want you to look at your neighbor. Hopefully they are in a different zone from you. What you can do is get their first and last name. Then leave the rest like that. If your neighbor is a lady, right, leave the email address as James Smith. But if your neighbor is a guy, leave it as John Doe. Not communicating. Alright, so even as you progress, if you are having difficulty, call on anybody or will come and assist you. Okay? For line 7, please don't make a mistake of putting comma here. This is a semicolon. Line 7, after central zone, the closing bracket, that is a semicolon, comma. Please. If you don't have an email address, type the email address you see on the slide. Okay?
When fresh local, fresh local.
I'm putting Mr. Abid's school. Five Abi. Just put names, put zones, and then put. Just fill it in. It's like you're filling in a table. Yes. And if you want, you can use his own too.
Oh, yeah, run it. You know if you are done. Run it.
Complete the successful. You have potential to do that.
Hello everyone, are we making progress? Alright, let's try to tidy up so we can insert data into our table. Hello everyone. For the course of this exercise, the zone number that is valid is from zone 1 to 5. Please don't put any zone that is higher than 5. It will not work. Okay? Why? Because it's only 5 records that we have for the zone table. It's only 5 records we are inserting into the zone table. And you see, we have north, south, east, west, and central. So it's just 5. Don't put 6, don't put 7. Okay? And to make it easy for you, are you guys with me? To make it easy for you, when you are inserting records into your table, for the values, right, you put an opening and closing bracket. So you put it according to the column names. So for first name, you put opening bracket, single quote. You open one single quote and you close a single quote. Then you put the actual value inside. Then you separate it by comma. So you know that this one is the word first name. Then you go to the next one. Oh, I have to put last name. Then you come here, opening single quote, closing single quote. Then you put your last name. Right? Then you put a comma. The next value that we want to pass is now what? Phone number. So you put a single quote and you close it, then you put the value of the phone number. Then you separate it again by a comma. And the next value is what? Email. You pass the value of the email, you separate it because you get to zone ID. Zone ID was only these quotes that will go there. So you just put from 1 to 5, any of them. Don't put 1 to 5, just put only one value, right? And the last one, in terms of worship state, that's Lagos and the rest. And then that's all. Okay? Information I just wishing is that we'll be going on break very soon, but let's try to wrap this up. So let's try to wrap this up now. If you are done with this, right? I think people are done with this. Signify that show of hands. But we are not going to. We are not. All.
viewer. Our viewer. How are the price?
There's Zoom. Are you like recording tonight? Are you recording tonight? Even recording? People who did this after yeah, read my old people. He said fuck you. Yeah, it's out. It's out, baby. When you look up is
Please attention everyone.
How
You
much?
are done with your task. Which is what you are doing. You are done. And you have executed. You are very good. And you have confirmed the charges. Let's go. 550. I don't care the you can go out for 10
She's questioning.
minutes.
Can you people hear me? She's questioning. Can you people hear me?
So now there's no error on your queries. Execute okay.
Toby, Tope.
Yes, you can leave now. Yes, it's correct. You can see. Let me see. So, if you are finished, you can go for 15 and 10 minutes break. So, take food and water. That's it. When you are in the night,